Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, whatever time it is that you have logged in to start this workout. Today we are doing walk to the rhythm, Christmas style, and we're starting out with some heel lifts. Always starting out with a lower intensity, and so that we can work our way up to it. We've got to get our joints and our muscles warmed up so that we don't hurt ourselves. We also have to get our heart warmed up so that we don't end up with any cardiac issues from the workout. This workout is a low to moderate intensity workout, so just be aware it is also low impact, which you can probably tell because I am in my socks. All right, now let's add some arm circles or shoulder circles to the best of your ability. Now this workout, as all of my workouts, are to the best of your ability. Do the best you can. If something is too hard, of course I'm not going to judge you because I can't see you. But even when you're in my classes, I do not judge you. I want you to have fun. I want you to do the best you can. All right? And I want you to be comfortable. Let's do some tree huggers. So, that being said, make sure that you have medical clearance from your doctor to be able to exercise. And when I use arms in my workouts, that is going to increase the intensity. So if you're too short of breath, or if you get dizzy, or if there are any other issues, okay, let's do a little bit of a walk now, or any other issues with your health where you feel like you can't go on, slow it down. This is marching is my reset. And this can just kind of be what you do, just so you kind of keep moving. If that's even too much, then stop. Call your doctor. I do not want anybody hurt. All right? Next thing we're going to do is toe taps. We're going to warm up the fronts of our legs, which is our shins, so that we don't get any shin splints. I don't know if you can see the cat. She's rolling around on the floor. I've got them both in the room with me. And it looks like they're being playful, so we might have some cats running through the room. Yeah, through the room. All right, looking good. Now let's do in side to side. So see, I'm not lifting my heel. My heel is staying on the floor. I'm doing all of the twisting from my hips. All right, so what that might look like for you might be just a little bit of a movement. It might not be the 90 degrees that I'm doing. That's okay. Just do the best you can. All right? Now, marching in place again. We're working on building the intensity to about what it's going to be for the workout. We are about 4 minutes in. And I like to make my workouts, or my warm-up, at least 5 minutes. Just so you know this, all right? The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go internal, external rotation. So watch, all right? I'm gonna stand on one foot and heel toe. There's a little bit of a twist in my core going on here too, but mostly it's the hip. All right, a couple more seconds and then we're gonna switch. Now, other foot. Got it? Do you feel it working in your hip? And of course, if you've been coming to my balance class, you know, push all 4 corners of your standing foot into the floor. All right, let's do some marching. Still lower intensity. You notice I'm really not using my arms because I'm still working on building up my intensity. And we should be feeling good because we're still under 5 minutes. All right, next thing we're gonna do is we're going to do heel taps in front. So it's gonna be alternating heel tap. All right, so are we ready? And go. tap that heel. There you go. I'm starting to incorporate my arms a little bit more. Good. Keep it going. We are doing great. Oh, sorry, pen. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to tap our toes behind us, so we're activating the back of our body a little bit. Notice I'm leaning forward a little bit. That's to counterbalance so that I don't fall over. All right, and I'm just tapping my toe. I'm not kicking or anything. And I'm feeling my glutes, my butt muscles working. I want to make sure that I'm getting everything going. Didn't forget to mention, make sure when we're done, oh, never mind, hold on a sec. All right, go back to reset, which is marching in place. Our stretching at the end is going to be on a chair because I understand from when we have our classes at the Cannonball Senior Center, some of us have some mobility issues and some limitations, and of course I work with that. So we're going to do the stretching with those limitations in mind. So now let's do a tap. So tap your toe side to side. So see, I'm leaning. I'm kind of like a pendulum. And all of our Christmas music today is the same rhythm. It's 125 beats per minute, which is a good steady rhythm. Now, let's do a little bit of a reach up. And remembering what I said a few minutes ago, that if this is too hard, if it's too hard for your heart, if you're getting lightheaded, if you're getting dizzy, if you're getting short of breath, don't use your arms. Do not feel like I'm challenging you. I want you to honor your body. March. It's really, really important to honor your body and respect your body and listen to your body. All right? And see, I'm talking to you the whole time, or most of the time, during this workout. If you can have a conversation, if you can talk back to me, even if you're swearing at me, that's okay. You can do that to me in person. I don't mind. Okay? Let's do the taps and reach. Or just tap, or just reach, whatever makes you happy. I can't talk all the time. But if you can have a conversation while you're exercising, that is the right intensity for you. If you can't talk, that means it's high intensity for you. And everybody's intensity is different, and it all depends on marketplace. It all depends on your own fitness level and your health. So, say you've just been sick for the past couple weeks. Your health, it's going to be harder for you to breathe. It's going to be, your stamina is going to be lower. And that's okay. You build back up to it. Never ever just jump right into something with exercise. That's a really, really good way to get hurt. All right, let's go tap side to side. I'm so busy talking to you that I'm not giving you any direction, and I apologize for that. Oh gosh, it's been 9 minutes. I've been so busy jabbing, I haven't really noticed. So I hope that you feel the same way, but you just don't really notice because you're having fun. All right, and march in place. And let's make it a little bit bigger. Good. And let's do this. Let's do some pushing forward. Yeah. Good. And now knee lift. That's using our muscles in our lower core and our hip flexors. You see, I'm lifting my knees high. If you can't lift them as high, that's okay. That's absolutely okay. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses. Totally okay. I see a couple of cats right here playing. Oh. Honey, I can't take your toy, honey. Okay, step side to side. All right. At the moment, my ability to step forward is a bit limited because I have a cat right in front of my feet. And her toy. There's a little bit of stocking going on. Okay, we're not going to be doing a whole lot of forward stepping today. And march in place. Let's do some circles. Let's have some fun. Do something different. I'm making them closer to my body and then further out from my body and pulling them in closer. We're just doing some different kinds of motions. Closer and further. Woohoo! They left the building. All right. Now let's do a little butt kick and pull back. So pull shoulder blades toward each other. Keep your shoulders down. You don't want to have your shoulders up in your ears. That hurts. It's also not really working the right muscles. You are actually stretching your quads, which are your thigh muscles, and activating your hamstrings and your glutes, which are the muscles in the backs of your legs. And march in place. Let's do some shoulder circles. Let's have some fun with this. We are going to do a V step. We'll keep doing the shoulder circles if that's something that feels comfortable to you. Actually, you won't. I don't want to confuse you too much. So rest the shoulder. Out, out, in, in. Out, out, in, in. Good. Keep it going. We are going to keep doing the V step out with our legs going wide and then narrow. And we're going to start adding shoulder circles. So, there we go. Both shoulders. This gets them loose. I'm really amused by the cats running in and out of the room. I don't know if you can see them. You might be able to see a tail every now and then. Okay, my shoulders are getting tired. I'm sure yours are too. And march in place. This is our reset. So, they're right there. I don't know if you can see them. They are right there. We are going to do our V step. This side's going to be leading. Out, out, in, in. We won't do anything with our upper bodies just yet. Okay. Also check. Okay, go ahead. Out, out, in, in. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. So just keep doing that. We're almost halfway through this workout. So I would like you to check in with your body. How do you feel? Are you short of breath? Do you feel like your lungs are opening up? I feel like mine are opening up when I have a good cardio workout. All right, and now let's add punches. Forward, forward, down, down. The legs are not doing anything different. Or you can just make your hands punch. I don't know, however you want. Just have fun. But we should be feeling good right now. Think about it, we're halfway through. march. Yes, I think you can probably see her. Our next thing we're going to do, hi guys, is going to be heel tap and crossing your foot in front of you. Got it? So we're going to be thinking a little. Ready? And go. Good. So I've got a little bit of a twist going on here in my core. And I'm adding a little bit to the twist in my shoulders. You can choose to do that or not. Good, and march in place. Our next thing, in about 20 seconds, is going to be stepping side to side, this side leading. All right. I'm getting warm now. I hope you are too. Ready, set, and step tap. Good. Good job. Keep it going. We're halfway through this particular, what's the word? Duration. Whatever it is. All right, now you are going to push the heel of your hand towards your opposite foot. Our feet are not doing anything different. We're just stepping side to side. And you're tapping your foot to the side. There's no in front, there's no behind. And this works your core a little bit without doing any harm to your back. And march in place. I love leggings, but they start to fall down. Aren't they cool though? I love these leggings. All right, marching. Hi, little girl. All right. Oh, and step side to side, the other direction, so this direction. I forgot to look at the time. All right, we're doing great. My heart rate is doing well. I hope yours is too. We are now going to keep the legs the same, and then we're going to reach the foot to push down to the opposite foot like we're doing a minute ago. That interval, that's the word I was looking for. Good, and our feet are still going side to side. Good, a few more seconds, and then we're going to go back to our reset march. And march. Bye. And then our next is we are going to do 4 steps forward, 4 steps back, but we're going to do like a scoop. No, actually, we're going to wait on that. We'll just do 4 steps forward, 4 steps back without doing anything crazy with arms. So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot to tell you, we're leading with this side. And just have fun with it. I am, but I've got a silly kitty who's playing with her toy. All right, one last time. Now we're going to add arms. Swoop up, swoop down, and swoop up, and swoop down. So the legs aren't doing anything different. We are just adding arms. Good. Hi, silly girl. I don't want to step on you. All right. March in place. That was good. I really hope you're feeling well. We're 21 minutes into this workout. That means we've got about 10 minutes left. I am going to keep us moving pretty much the entire time. Then we'll pull out a chair. So this step, like first 4 steps forward, 4 steps back. Sorry about that. Just stepped on my weights. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to add arm swoop and down, up and down, and up and down, and up and down. And I'm not going to keep talking. Keep it going. And of course, remember, you don't have to use the arms if it's too hard or if you don't want to. All right, march in place. We are going to take 2 steps to the side, that direction, in a few seconds. Yes, good timing to go sideways because I have a cat in front of me again. Okay, ready, set, step, and 2 steps this way, and 2, and 2. Good. Keep it going. Good. Now, add a flap, like chicken flap. Keep your shoulders down. It's just your elbows that are lifted. So actively pull your shoulder blades down and lift your elbows. This is really good for our rotator cuff and our deltoids. And march in place. All right, so that movement is really, really good for our shoulders. It's just a nice mobility move for, especially as we get older, we lose mobility in our shoulders, which is really kind of crazy. I read last week that by the time we're in our 60s, most people in their 60s only have 130-degree forward flexion. All right, 2 steps to the side. And that means they've lost 40 to 50 degrees throughout their lives. So keep moving your shoulders so that they don't get frozen. That's really important for quality of life. All right, we are going to add our bird flaps and go. Good. You're doing great. We are so close to being done. I'd say give yourself a pat on the back, but you know, we're flapping like chickens. Remember keeping those shoulder blades down. Oh, and did I remind you to breathe today? That's important. and march in place. Oh my gosh, it's 25 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and start bringing down our intensity a little bit more. My intensity is moderate. I don't know about yours. I have our music at 125 beats per minute, which is considered ideal for a cardio workout for older adults. So that's, just so you know, following guidelines for group fitness. Now, remember, to lower intensity, we stop moving our arms so much. All right, so I'm using less arms. I'm still marching in place. This is lowering my intensity, calming my nervous system, taking deep breaths, taking smaller steps, but still to the beat of the music. And then, because all of the songs are the same beats per minute, you can listen to the beat, and we've been following the beat. But then we will get to a point where you can just try to do a movement in like one movement per 2 beats instead of one movement per beat. And that should decrease. Okay, now heel lifts. That should decrease intensity a little bit more. Keep it going. Okay. You're doing great. My watch is telling me that my heartbeats are going down. So now we're slowing down even more. So every other beat is when we move. There we go. You don't ever want to just stop cold turkey when we're doing any kind of movement, because if we do that, that puts a lot of more strain on our hearts. And I mean, that's never good for us anyway, but as we get older, it takes longer for our bodies to recover. So we want to give our bodies that time. We want them to recover. Good job. We're getting there. Good. Keep it going. We'll do this for another 30 seconds, so for one more interval. And then we'll pull out the chair. All right? And we'll pull out the chair. We'll pull out the chair to stretch. So then that'll take a few seconds to grab. So take some deep breaths. That also calms our nervous systems. All right, now let's go ahead and grab a chair. I've got mine right here. So I'm going to sit here right in front so that you can see. All right, my first stretch is going to be stretching the backs of my legs. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. I have my legs straight. My foot is flexed, so my toe is pointing back toward my face. I have my hands on my other leg. My back is flat, chin up, and I lean forward. That way I feel a stretch all through here. When you feel the stretch, stop and hold and breathe. Take deep breaths. And make those breaths go in your belly. And then you may find that you'll be able to go deeper into that stretch. Come up on an in-breath, and then we're going to do the other leg. So put the other leg out in front, hands on your knee, lift up and stretch forward with a flat back, looking forward. Feel the stretch throughout the whole leg, in the back of your leg. and come up on an in-breath. Okay, now we're going to do a stretch for our quads and our hip flexors. All right, this one, you're going to sit with one leg in front, and I'll turn sideways so you can see. All right, hold on to your chair so you don't fall off of it. My other leg is bent, my foot's behind me. I can feel a stretch through here. If I lean backwards, I feel more of a stretch. This is really good if you've had like knee replacement surgery or any kind of knee mobility issues, because then you can actually feel the stretch without having to try to grab your foot. If you want a little bit deeper, you can also lift that arm on that side and reach over your head. And of course, deep breaths. Always, always deep breaths when you stretch. And then come out. And we're going to turn around and do the other side. So it's the same thing. Hold on to your chair. Your leg is underneath. Your foot's behind you. Lean back until you feel the stretch. Do not let it hurt. And then lift up if you want. This part is optional. But it really opens everything up. But again, it's optional. Deep breaths. And then come out. And we're going to turn forward. We are going to now do a butt stretch. All right? This stretch is figure 4, so I have my foot on top of my knee. If I cannot get that because of hip or knee mobility issues, just try to cross your feet and squeeze your knees together, and that'll help. It'll give you a similar stretch. So we're going to do this. Flat back, so stretch tall. Chin is going to lean forward, keeping your back nice and flat. Only go until you feel the stretch. Take deep breaths. And it should feel lovely. And then come up on an in-breath. And we're going to do the other side. All right, so putting that foot down. Putting your foot on your knee. And lean forward. Or, of course, crossing your feet the way we just did. It should be a really nice stretch in the side of your hip and in your butt. And come up. All right, let's just do a little bit of a shoulder stretch since we do use our arms a lot. Put your arm out in front of you like this, shoulder down, so pulling down your shoulder blade, okay? Reach it across your body, grab right above your elbow, and then just pull. So I don't have my shoulder up in my ear. I'm pulling my shoulder as far away from my ear as it can go. And then I feel a stretch through the back of my shoulder. And take deep breaths. And then drop that arm. We're going to do the same on the other arm. My arm's going to go out in front. I'm pulling down my shoulder blade. I grab right above my elbow, and I pull. So just until I feel a stretch. And again, I'm trying to pull my shoulder as far away from my ear as I can. And I also feel a stretch in the back of my shoulder, and it feels really, really good. All right, and then you can drop that, and we're done. And I really hope you enjoyed the workout today. We finished it in just under 35 minutes. And I hope you have a happy holiday. And I will see you back in class next week, I'm assuming, as long as we don't have any more snowstorms and I can get out of my driveway. And of course, we have our classes at the Cannon Falls Senior Center as long as Cannon Falls schools are open, and our classes at the library as long as we're open. So thank you again, and I love working out with you guys. Have a great day.